Okay, so welcome back to another video. You know, this channel is made for young men, and really it's based on the problems that I've been through in my life and what I see in this industry as a whole, in this self-development industry, in the online business space, and really the problems that young men are facing, right? A lot of young men are in a crisis, a lot of young men are feeling lost. And one of the biggest problems for young men comes around this topic of money, right? And this whole online business space. Make money online, get rich quick. And you know, this video and this channel is for young men who kind of feel like maybe there's something not complete there, right? Maybe you brought the online courses, maybe you've tried to make money, tried to build an online business, maybe it's been successful, maybe it hasn't, maybe you got no results. And just after years of struggling in the self-development space, of trying to build yourself and change your life, maybe you haven't really found what you were really looking for in the beginning, right? And specifically in this video, I want to talk about the topic of how young men, they kind of lose their purpose or distract themselves from their purpose through trying to make money. Especially in the online business world, in this space, right? Trying to make 10 grand a month, trying to become a millionaire, trying to achieve financial freedom. And in that process, losing their purpose or sacrificing what they came here to do in this earth. And I just want to preface this video by saying that I have nothing against money. I'm not saying that money's bad. I think in the system that we live in, we kind of need to use this system of exchange, or at least that's what we're using for now. And also that online business is not bad either. Like, I utilize online business tools, I make money online, and I think it's a great tool in this world. Not being tied down to a specific location where you need to live, the freedom to travel and to work online is a blessing in my life. So there's nothing bad there. It's just that there's kind of a dynamic working where we sacrifice what we truly want and we get manipulated and brought into this online business world. Okay, for example, just from my own personal history, right? When I was a teenager, like, my old dream used to be like a professional football player, right? And you know, like, I was really committed to that dream, and I would train and I would just play all the time and like learn about football and watch videos and like just commit to that dream. And at some point when I left the education system, at least when I was thinking about university, I dropped out of college, which is a step before university in the English school system, at 17. And what came to me was this problem in my mind of like, okay, now I need to make money, right? In this system, I need to make money. And if I'm working all the time in a job that I hate, I don't have the time to play football, okay, and to train and to improve myself in that dream. So money is very linked to time in this system, right? Like, I need the money so I have the time to do what I want to do. And in that space, when I was like 16, 17, like, I also found out about this online business space, right? This idea of like building a marketing business and achieving financial freedom. And when I do that, I can have the time to pursue my dream. And what happened in that process was that I kind of forgot about my dream. I forgot about football in the end. And I started just going all in on marketing, and all of my ideas and my thoughts and my actions, my intentions, my willpower was diverted towards this online business world of making money. And that's the moment where the sacrifice happens, right? And it's all based on time. We're trying to buy time, okay? So how this happens for a lot of young men is that we all have a dream, right? A lot of people, they want to be artists, musicians, or they want to make a massive change in society. They want to help people, they want to serve. And somewhere along the line, we feel like we don't have the resources or the time or the power to do what we want to do, Okay, so we have to make enough money, achieve financial freedom, and then we can do what we want to do. And by the way, this isn't just the online business space. This is the system that we've been running for many, many generations. If I make enough money, then I can travel, have family holidays, and eventually I can retire, then I can be free. It's based on the belief that money equals freedom. Okay, money equals time, which equals freedom. And I think that's the biggest trap that the young men aren't asking themselves in this space, because when you're a teenager or you're new to this space of online business, it's very enticing, right? You're feeling powerlessness. You feel like you can't achieve your dream or do what you want to do. You don't feel free in your life. Maybe you're still living with your parents and not living where you want to live. And suddenly you see videos online telling you, look, just follow this 3-step plan of building this business and you can make $10,000 a month and everything's easy and life's good. And to a young mind, to an uninitiated mind, this whole concept of luxury, of people with these fancy cars and living in these luxury places and always traveling, and you know the story of what they promote. It really appeals to the basic nature of our human nature of young men. And we're in this period of growth, of like, we want to do something and we want to be inspirational to people. So the first message of this video is to pick your role models very well. Who are you modeling? Because humans, our natural nature is to model people. We see an inspirational role model, a hero, and that inspires us to take a path. So first is to pick your role models well, but secondly, it's not to be attached to a role model, because you have your own unique purpose. Okay, which is the second message of this video, is that when we sacrifice our purpose for money or for whatever, we do it with a good intention, right? And maybe we're not aware of it in the beginning, but we kind of try to live the life that someone else is living. Okay, so we see someone else who's maybe gone on their hero's journey and achieved some success, maybe financially or in society or status, and we try to copy that person. And in that process, we lose our individuality. And I'm not saying any of this from a place of judgment, because I've been there. I'm still working every day in like these concepts, right, of trying to be more authentic and to really pursue my path. And I think we all are. So really it's this dynamic of, we kind of reject our family system. Like we're living in a new era, the era of Aquarius, right? Coming out of the era of Pisces. And really, this new era is about individual freedom. And we're kind of breaking away from our family dynamics because we felt trapped. We felt like we couldn't do what we want to do. We felt guilty from escaping that. And when we reject our family and our lineage, we begin to look for a new family or a new role model or a new leader. Like humans, we've evolved in tribes, and we've evolved to follow a leader. Okay, to survive. So when we're in a state of fear, we look for someone else to tell us what to do. What is the plan? What do I do? Tell me what to do. Show me, teach me, give me, guide me. And it's okay to have guidance. It's okay to have role models, to have inspiration, to learn new things. That's great. But where are you sacrificing your own individuality for that? Okay, your authenticity. Okay. So when I share these messages, when I've talked with many young men in the community, if you're not part of the community, you can join in the link below. And also just people sending me messages from these videos, is that, it's kind of like a mind fuck, right? It's like, okay, like I want to follow my dream and I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go on my hero's journey. But like in reality, like I literally don't have the money to buy this course or to learn or to pursue my path. So it's kind of a dilemma that we live in, right? So it's like, how do you overcome that dilemma of the money problem? And for me, my experience is that when you put your mission and your purpose and your true soul's desire first, when you discover that, Well, the first step is to discover that, because most young men are completely disconnected because we're completely traumatized in that system and we're living in survival. But let's say that you have some core desire that you want to pursue, you know. When I went on my own path and when I made the decision that I want to do something that I really want to do in the world, and I later found out it was nothing about football. It was more about achieving a level of mastery and helping young men, really, and making an impact in this society. And that's evolved over time, and it will for your life as well. Like, the core dream is something much bigger. But when you do follow that initial impulse, then life becomes magical. You enter into the hero's journey and you enter into the magical realm. And it's amazing the opportunities and the people and the resources that are attracted to your life, because when you send off a message of commitment to the universe, that frequency knows that you're serious, okay? And that frequency comes back into your life and gives you the things that you need to pursue your mission. Because your mission, it's not just about you, it's not just your selfish desire. Like, you have something that is in value to the world. Like, your mission is needed, okay? Your purpose, like, you're here for a reason, okay? And life wants you to pursue that because this society needs you, right? We're part of this big grand play, this drama, and you have a role in that drama. So when you pursue that, life begins to give to you, right? And that's not saying that it's easy. Maybe you're not going to achieve that lifestyle of driving the Ferrari or living in that mansion or whatever it is that's been conditioned to you through marketing. But what you will have is an authentic life path. You will have your heart. And when you do that, you realize that what you really wanted was not this idea that's been implanted in you, but you really were just looking for service and love, and to love yourself, and from that internal love to give that to other people as well. So you go on the internal journey, and you go on that journey of realizing who you really are, right? And that's the most valuable thing that there is in life. To remember to put the pieces back together, okay? Because we all have an external mission of what we want to do and achieve in this world. But we also have the internal transformation that happens, and that's only achieved through your own path. Nobody can give you that path. Nobody can give you a plan. Like, you have to go on your own purpose, your own hero's journey to discover that. And it's going to be completely different than anybody else's. Even the major religions, right? We're all looking for this spiritual path, which again was the era of Pisces, the last 2,000 years. We're looking for a guru or a messiah to give us the exact path. But what they were really teaching is that you need to discover that within yourself. That was the teaching. So we get lost again in like religions and philosophies and dogmas. But really, what the leader, the creator of that religion, or the messenger of that religion, was teaching at its core was to go on your own path and to discover yourself within, to discover the divine within. Okay. So, you know, like, just to finish this video before it gets too long, is that really the message of all of these videos that I make and what I'm trying to transmit here is that the power is within you, okay? We've lived generation after generation feeling trapped and feeling that we don't have power, right? Living in this structure of kings and queens and religions and control and the education system, we've been heavily repressed. And right now what we see in this space with young men and online business and society at large is that we're compensating for that lack of power, okay? So we want to make all the money, we want to experience and to travel everywhere and to do everything and to be the king and to have high status. because we've just gone through generations of a lack of power. There's a big compensation here, okay? It's like, for example, when you're fasting and you don't have any food, and then suddenly after an extended fasting, you eat loads of food and you're trying to get all the calories and experience all these tastes because you're compensating for what you didn't have. And that's nothing bad, right? We need to experience that compensation. And when we do that, we realize, okay, like maybe all that food wasn't good for me. Okay, so it's the same thing, like people making loads of money and all this status and whatever. And then you realize, okay, maybe I need to find the balance here of power. And the balance for me is that the power is inside. When you experience, when you realize, when you remember that the power is inside, that you create your reality, then you no longer come from a place of lack. You come from a place of, my needs are already met, and now I'm going to go on the path that I choose. Okay? I'm going to go on my own hero's journey. I'm going to follow this inner calling. And when you do that, you learn so many lessons and you grow and discover more about your true essence. And when you do that, you just naturally want to give and you want to share. It's no longer from scarcity, it's from a place of abundance. Right? So that's a lot of ideas in this video. I just like to share from my heart. Like, there's no real structure behind this. I just want to share kind of the problems that I've faced so far in my life. And not to say that I'm perfect, that I've achieved a mastery over this or whatever. Like, I still deal with these problems. But it's just what's helped me. Okay, I wanna help more young men to go on their own path. Okay, discover your purpose and to transform your reality. That's the message of this project, right? So if you want to go deeper, of course, you're welcome in the free community. If you're not in there already, you've got a free online course in there waiting for you. And really this project is about helping young men. And when we help young men, I think we're really gonna transform this society and to live in harmony, right, in the new generation, because we're gonna face a lot of challenges in the next years, in the next generations. As more young men wake up, as more young men discover their purpose and to play their part in this role instead of just focus on the selfishness. When you're in service, I think we can really make a big impact here. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.